Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, myths and legends. That was a wrong intro again. Good job, myself. Haha. It is incredible how many times I managed to screw up my own intro. But okay, I messed up. I messed up again. But anyways, welcome to If. Today we are talking about Doom. And yes, we're talking about this Doom. This Doom. And this Doom. Most importantly, this Doom. Just kidding, we're talking about we're just talking about Doom in general. As in, what if the demons from Doom were to invade us, say today? Like this guy, like this ugly son of a gun, and this ugly son of a gun. That's a tiny image. This ugly son of a gun, and this ugly piece of shit, as well as other things. What if they were to invade Earth today? And it should be noted that these things are really hard to kill. Some of them takes 40 direct hits from a rocket launcher that's supposed to take down a tank in a single hit. And there's also a giant floating sphere that launches fireballs at you. So basically, none of them are good signs. But we know that they can be killed, because we all know that a single soldier rampaged through hell and killed everything in there. So, okay, somehow I managed to, okay, and moving back to, I forgot to take down the cover. Moving back to here. Let's get going. Okay, first thing first, let's set up a bit of world building so that we know exactly what we're dealing with. Where does the demons from Doom land? If I remember correctly, the demons from the lore behind Doom was that we figured out a way to harvest energy directly from hell, and we exploited the fuck out of it. And that was kind of the gist of things. And because of that, demons came and start messing us up. And bad things started happening. That's pretty much all I really know of the lore of Doom. So probably a good chance to look up some of it now. Let me just quickly. Okay, we're just gonna talk about. We're just gonna. From Earth, who attacked his commanding officer and transferred to Mars. He would be the only survivor after battling Phobos, Deimos, and through hell, ultimately teleporting to Earth, where he discovers that Earth have been invaded by demons. Okay, okay, so in the original lore, Earth kind of got slightly fucked, but for the sake of our talk, we'll assume that the demons landed on a single location on Earth and set up a beachhead as their primary advance. So where would that be? Over to you, my friend Zero. Oh, he's actually typing. But yeah. So where exactly would be a beachhead where demons might choose to land on Earth? We're gonna say singular location just to make things a bit more convenient. Remote island or a small country. Okay, so that limits things quite a bit. We have Sri Lanka or Okay, either have Sri Lanka or one of the many territories of the United States where it's literally just bits and bobs everywhere. Honestly, I was expecting a few more people, but don't think they're here. But alright, but that's alright. Oh shoot, I forgot to switch the thing. One moment, let me just quickly do a thing real quick. Cancel. No, not. Oh crap, that's made a mistake. A slight mistake. Oh shoot. Did I seriously accidentally delete the entire scene? By accident? I seriously did. Good job, me. Good job, myself. Good job. Anyways, I kind of just did a big oof. Just let me quickly fix this before it gets out of hand. Okay. There we go. Now that's okay. Now we're good. Are they okay? Atlantic would be okay. 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 Do more demons. Are they smart? Considering that a single soldier rampaged through hell, single-handedly rampaged through hell, probably not. Since it's never really observed. Since I don't think that it is ever observed that demons uses any tools beside what they have, with the exception of the mecha demon thing that I talked about earlier, which again, like the demons in Doom, I think are primarily just berserkers that runs at you and tries to tear your face out, rather than try to shoot you with a gun or anything. So, are they smart? Probably not. But a pain's asked to kill, yeah. Considering some of them takes like 40 rockets to kill, so there's that. Are they strategic? As I said, there's a kind of things that run at you in large numbers and tries to tear your face out. So strategic, probably not. So wherever they choose to land, we're gonna have to deal with a lot of them. We're going to be dealing with a lot of them, probably somewhere up into numbers of millions. So a location that would actually make a lot of sense would be probably either somewhere in Africa or the Iranian desert, which is very convenient. Which is very convenient for us because we got a lot of guns there. So yeah. Hiding place multiple and plant. Well, we are talking about probably numbers up into millions, or maybe even billions in terms of enemy count. Maybe a few 100 million at least. We're dealing with probably mostly grunts with a few. Yeah, they're most likely going to choose a place, just see things, kill things, and tear your face out, because that's what we're gonna go with. There we go. No more white bar on the thing. So yeah, seeing this picture is just It's just you're all charging at the Doom guy and trying to tear his face out. Also, it's this picture, and there's just Doom guy. So actually, I need to pull up some different pictures. Probably in the UK, could choose China. Oh, good lord! If they attack China, the death toll would be ridiculous. Although I don't mind them attacking UK. Japan works too. Are you sure you want them to attack Japan? Because that's what we're going to be going with for the rest of the live stream. Good. One location that would actually make. We're talking about numbers up into 100 millions. So, yeah. Numbers up into 100 millions every battle. So. I mean. This might be. So maybe somewhere around this area, or maybe this area, might actually be really good. Really good. It also gets rid of a bit of nuisance for us, so that's good. I mean, they could easily wipe out Earth if we're not quick to respond. But do you remember what's some of America's favorite things to? Wait, can you seriously not see my screen? Oh, oh shoot, this is not good. Okay, this is not good because. Okay, this is not good because we're having keyframe lag due to bad things issues. One moment, I'm gonna quickly pause and reboot the live stream. I'll see if I. Hello, Mustang 1001. Welcome. I didn't see you, sir. Oh shoot. I'm gonna.
Well, this is very anticlimactic.
Okay. Anyways, moving forward. Anyways, let's just quickly pick out a place where we think the demons might land.
What?
Okay, we're talking about you may want to go back a little bit, but we're basically talking about the demons from Doom attacking Earth. Got it?
Yeah.
So basically what's happening here is a bunch of whack-job berserker thingy-majiggy whatevers from hell decides to suddenly attack Earth and lands in a random place, and now we're trying to figure out where exactly is it that they have landed.
They land in the White House.
Let's not. Because a few things. Number one, we've already established that these demons seems pretty dumb. So
they land in Antarctica.
They're obviously not gonna land in like the worst place for them to be at, for the exact reason of you know, hell is kind of hot and
Australia then.
all right, I mean, as if Australia is not dangerous enough already. All right, demons land. All right. Breaking news. Breaking news. Hellgate. Hell portal in Australia. In the upside down land. That's what I'm gonna call it now.
I do have to admit, this seems kind of boring.
Yeah. Considering we're the only two people talking and the actual active people aren't here.
I've never played Doom, watched Doom, looked at Doom, or anything.
No, we have not. So I'm gonna see if I can find any clips of Doom.
The only thing I know about Doom is searching up the demons from Doom in Google Images right
Anyways,
now.
basically what happens with Doom is that in the game is that a single marine managed to get caught up in a bunch of crap and proceeds to rampage through hell. But in this case, we're just going that the demons decides to straight up invade Earth, and let's see what the military does.
Oh, Doom takes place in hell?
Yeah. A demon it was originally on an outpost on Mars, and then that soldier goes from there to hell and is taking. I don't know. I'm pretty sure like at the end you kill some big final boss and solves the whole thing. So in the end of the game you're supposed to kill some big final boss. So there's that. So not too sure if that boss is Satan, but it's definitely one hell of a massive demon. So there's that. We're not going to start the whole angel discussion because in Doom there was no evidence of there being angels, and we're not going to have another heaven and hell thing. We're talking about this specifically just Doom style. What if the Doom style demons just straight up charge appeared in a portal and charged at us?
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
We're going to ignore diseases because that is going to cause so much fucking pain. So till we finish talking about the whole military stuff, the whole what's gonna happen with the military, we're gonna just stick with military only. Okay, ignores the sound in the background. Let me go quickly.
Yeah, I can't hear anything anyway.
Okay, there we go. First thing first. What would be the first thing that happens? We're not just gonna go. We're just gonna go. We're not just gonna go for one sentence things, cause that kind of shortens things way too much. If the human military is gonna get fucked, how is it going to get fucked? What exactly is going to happen with it? Like in a bit more detail. So first thing first, demons lands in Australia. First thing first, what happens?
This is not my strong suit, as I have not really even ever heard of this game.
We're gonna quickly put things on hold for a moment, okay? Just one moment.
I've seen a poster of it once.
Okay, I'm back. Okay, keep moving forward. Well, that just happened. So first thing first, what would be the military's first move when news of a hell portal appearing in Australia and started going around killing people, and demons start pouring out of it and going around killing people?
Well, they'll probably have evacuations from that region.
Well, of course, major. Please don't point that out. Okay. So first and first, major evacuation, as well as the Australian military advancing onto the side of the portal, bringing down our favorite thing, support artillery, on top of the demons, while slowly backing off because of their ridiculous numbers And with all likelihood, we will have a lot of military people. Please stop emphasizing murder.
A lot of military people. That is such. Well, no, that's not. They sign up for free health care and free college. In exchange for going on AFN radio and saying random crap, and then leaving the military, be like, I'm done with this. Yeah, not every military role is supposed to be combat role. I mean, the military has a professional basketball team. They don't do anything but play basketball. They don't do any military roles. They don't fight. They just play basketball. Okay then. Oh. Wait, 1 second. Well, the closest would be the Australian military, of course. The same stuff that everyone else has. Just like a smaller amount. They have the same kinds of guns as other countries, it seems. Oh yeah, and they have Abrams. They have the Abrams as their tank. Yeah, of course. They're a modern military. Um, well, it's just gonna blow up, so we'll never know. I would have no idea. Oh, I see you're on Wikipedia or something. Wait, they have they have the Eurofighter. This seems just kind of ironic to me. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna just nuke because they're they're not gonna. Are you saying like the current I mean the current world or like the world from from Doom? So they're not gonna know what that is. So they're not gonna just nuke it. They're gonna investigate it. That's not how wars work. You know, so even when things like that happen, the the world powers usually don't resort to nukes. Think of the fact that the only two nukes that have been used were before the world even knew how nukes worked or what they could do or the radiation. And I mean, like the Vietnam War, more bombs were dropped in that one shorter war than in the entirety of World War II. And the Vietnam the Vietnam War era had more nukes than the modern era, so that's not exactly a good argument. I've never played Doom, so I cannot remember any. Okay. I'm actually kind of bored this time around. Very bored. We need that one guy with that soundboard just pressing E over and over again. What? Don't you dare say cluster bomb because that was mostly used by the Russians. I mean the Soviets, my bad. M270. Because demons. Yes, but guess what is the biggest religion in the world with over 2 billion subscribers? And also, the fastest growing religion is also Abrahamic, as in Islam. It's basically just how to worship the same God with the same principles, with the same idea of heaven and hell and demons and etc. etc. It would be to persecute minorities, as always happens for whatever reason. um, States that are dictated by religion are usually incredibly warring and more aggressive because they're more conservative, which is led more by fear. So if there was more religion, then there would probably be more military aggression. So it sort of makes sense. So why are you saying what you're saying? Oh, who said that? Was it? Is it in like a text chat or something? Oh. Yeah, I see it. I see it. I'm glad I turned down my headphones. There is one person watching this right now. Congratulations, Tang. Well, there's two. There's me on my account, and I don't know who. It could either be Wolfie YT or Zero Senpai. Unless they both left and it's someone else. What if this just turns into? What if we just turn this into a talk about different aircraft and which one's better? It's too late. You already said it. For shame on you. Fine, we'll go with tanks. Okay. Which is better, the Eurofighter or the F-16? Yeah. Oh, someone's being harsh. Bring the SR-71 back into service. Go at Mach 3. They won't catch you. What's the fastest helicopter? I think it was like 300 something. The fastest military. Wait, what? The Chinook is the fastest military helicopter. That seems so ridiculous. That massive thing is like, oh, is faster than an Apache. Just think about that. The Chinook is faster than an Apache. I mean, it's according to airforce-technology.com, so who knows how, I didn't click on it, I'm just like, it isn't.
Oh crap, I just realized I forgot to unmute my
The
mic.
Eurocopter X3.
I just realized I forgot to unmute my mic from when that call came in. So I've been silent for a while the whole time. On the
What
live
do you
stream.
mean you've been silent?
No,
Oh,
I forgot to unmute my mic. I screwed up big times. Oof.
Okay,
So
the Eurocopter X3, actually
okay,
no,
okay,
it's
seriously.
X to the power of 3. It goes at 293 miles per hour.
Okay, seriously. Can we just get back to the thing? I do not want this thing derailed again.
There's basically nothing at this point to derail. There are no rails at this point.
Oh my god, you fucking kidding. Anyways, back to the discussion.
Wait, didn't you say no vulgar language in this?
Try to keep it to a minimum. I didn't say it's banned. It's just keep it to a minimum. And if I get really pissed, I ignore that rule.
Wow.
Anyways, getting back to the discussion, stop being sidetracked. What exactly do you think would be deployed against the army of ridiculousness from hell?
We're gonna add a bunch of missiles to the Eurocopter.
No, I'm talking about general. Like actually, what would be deployed?
What would be deployed would be
in the first stage
foot
when
soldiers at first, then they foot soldiers with helicopters.
Okay, we're gonna split this into a few stages. First stage, when the hell portal just opened and the demons are only attacking small nearby towns. The news is already out. The military knows and is moving against the demons.
They would have
stage 1
armored vehicles such as. Let me see if I can find a certain one. Oh yeah, I was thinking of the Bradley. They would start with the Bradley and work.
Okay, since we're kind of still in Australia,
I'm pretty sure Australia has an equivalent to the Bradley if they don't have the Bradley itself.
We have this. It's a armored transport personnel carrier.
That is not on the level of the Bradley. The Bradley can shoot ATGMs. I'm pretty sure. I searched up Australian Bradley. I forgot to put like Bradley fighting vehicle or anything like that. I got a person. I got a bunch of people. Hey, one of them's in the military though.
Okay.
Australian Bradley in the military. Commander Matthew Bradley of the
Royal Australian getting back to equipments deployed. Stop trying to sidetrack the whole live stream.
I'm not trying to intentionally.
We've already wasted like 42 minutes, and we're still in Australia.
Australian. Okay. Let's see.
Okay, so first thing first, some kind of just armored personnel, mechanized infantry.
What?
Mechanized infantry
no, the Bradley can't shoot ATGMs. My bad.
So first thing,
what was the one I was thinking of? It looked like a Bradley with a bigger cannon.
Mustang, please, just please.
Okay.
Okay, first stage of the war. It's just gonna be. We're just gonna start with.
If there's too much structure, it's not fun, because I don't know enough about Doom to keep up with a structured environment.
We're not gonna. But you do know a lot about military equipment, so let's go from there.
Not really that much, actually.
More than the average person. If that's good enough. Okay, moving forward. So first thing first. During the first stage of this war, we're likely to see mostly just mechanized infantry. Basically infantry with armored personnel carrier and lightly armored vehicles.
Yeah.
Agree? Okay, so first stage of the war was some towns getting purged by demons and Australian military mobilizing was
How would the demons be contained? How strong are they?
Well, some takes like 40 something rockets from handheld anti-tank rocket launchers. and some gets mowed down pretty quickly by machine gun, and there's also ones that you would need really big guns for.
You mean like that one plane with the laser?
Maybe it's a laser plane. But we might not actually need it. We might not get to it. So moving forward. So alright, moving forward.
It's called the YAL-1 airborne laser, according to Wikipedia.
It's an American anti-missile laser.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. I think it shot down like 61.
I'm telling the viewers.
So it was successful, but then they just canceled it because they're stupid.
I mean, who doesn't want a giant laser? And fighting against demons.
I know it's worth.
Although I highly doubt
more stupid to keep it in service, it doesn't matter. Keep it in service anyway.
Although I highly doubt that it would ever be used because it's meant as an anti-missile, and I don't think that you're gonna think of.
If it can blow up a missile, I think it can.
Okay, here's the thing.
It can cook some flesh.
Okay, here's the thing. When it comes to practical military, mowing down hordes upon hordes of enemies, first thing comes to mind, the steel rain, or some sort of cluster bomb, or some kind of large area of effect explosive weapons.
Ooh.
Or just filling the battlefield with as much bullets as you can.
It seems they shot the laser from that They shot the laser.
We're moving past the plane now. The plane is going down.
Say one last thing, just one last thing about whether this plane would.
The plane have gone down. It have crashed. It have exploded into a brilliant fireball. No more laser plane. Moving forward.
In real life, they shot it at unless this picture is just here for no reason, but it's apparently from Air Force magazine. I don't know if that's credible in real.
Okay, I have no idea what picture you're talking about. I have no idea what picture you're talking about.
The laser went through the hood of a truck.
Can you please put the image in open discussion, or at least like a link to it? Because I have no idea what you're talking about, and neither does the viewers.
I'm on the school issued Chromebook, so I can't.
Just copy and paste the link.
Let me see if I can log into my to my Discord on the Chromebook.
Oh my fucking god. Alright, moving forward. Due to the lack of firepower, mechanized infantry has, they get chewed up pretty quickly. So we move to the next phase: armored cavalry. Bring out the M1 Abrams. Meanwhile,
the Abrams I don't think is considered armored cavalry by the
armored cavalry is just tanks. Lots of tanks.
No, actually no.
Wait, what is it?
Like armored cavalry would be like faster stuff, such as the reason I always mention crap. Now I can't remember. I don't know why.
Let's see.
What I was just saying. Oh yeah, Bradley. The reason I mentioned the Bradley because my dad started his fighting career as armored cavalry in the Bradley.
Okay, that's an interesting sidetracking fact.
The reason he joined was to pay for college so that he could get a master's degree in computer science.
All right, that's an interesting sidetracking fact. Moving forward to the next bits. Now we see that lightly armored stuff and just mechanized infantry.
Armored cavalry is only armored vehicles designed and implemented for the purpose of reconnaissance, surveillance, and security.
Alright.
The Abrams does not do reconnaissance. It's way too big. Noisy.
In that case, in tank regiments, deploying all the fucking tanks. Deploying all the tanks. Oh, I'm gonna go get a drink. My throat is starting to die.
Yeah, I can hear your ear rape. I expected that.
All right. Now tanks have been deployed. What are some of the common tank ammunitions that are used in Australia?
What's the what?
Common ammunitions used on tanks.
Ammunition? Just did you just say specifically in Australia? They just use whatever's
Specifically
specifically
in Australia, because remember we have not gotten out of Australia yet.
Okay, well, if we're talking about the Abrams, I know that a lot of times they will use discarded Sabo shots.
Okay, so discarded Sabots made out of depleted uranium.
Yes, just the kinetic energy shot.
Let's see how much demons we can go through with a single Sabot. Demons, depleted uranium, depleted uranium, demons. Now go, punch a hole in that demon. Yeah, those things. Okay, looking at your size and stuff. It probably, let's say that it's probably gonna be like firing a cannon at a massive horde of infantry. In terms of the damage.
The internet says the slightly older M829 Sabo used in Iraq during Desert Storm is listed on Wikipedia as having a muzzle velocity of around 1,670 meters a second.
Anyways, considering that one man was able to rampage through hell, even though the guy had a bit of futuristic firepower and for some reason infinite strength and stamina.
Infinite strength and stamina. I wish I had that.
Personally, I'd say that tank shells will work very well against demons. But that's just the assumption.
And by the way, I'm just guessing on if the Abrams mainly uses AP-FSDS, because I've like only seen the Abrams load AP-FSDS because they'll actually like record videos for it and everything. I think that'll be like. I'm pretty sure
they're also capable of loading.
I mean, I know they have other
APHE head shells.
Yeah, but they don't really like use much other, because if you take like
as well as canister.
If you take chemical shells to try to pierce the armor, modern main battle tanks, that won't really work too well.
Yeah, but since we're not dealing with armor, we're just dealing with hordes of demons that doesn't really have that much armor. I'd say high explosive would cause quite a bit of chaos. What do you say?
Wait, so the U.S. Army has 1,200 to 1,500 M1A2s in service right now.
Okay.
For a reference of what could be done with those.
Okay, probably explosive shells are going to be used moving towards a third stage as tanks starts getting pushed back due to the sheer number of enemies. Tanks and artillery and stuff getting pushed back due to the sheer number of enemies.
I'm trying to see if I can find something on what kinds of shells the Abrams does actually fire normally. Nope.
So imagine something like this.
I can find that I can find its protection against. Oh wait, did I find something?
Anyways, just think of things.
That's just turret protection.
Okay. Anyway, so entering through the second stage of the war, as tanks and artillery is getting pushed back by the sheer amount of enemies. what kind of
the
transition
USS
do you...
Gerald R. Ford has been sailing.
Hello,
What?
please get back
What
on
was
track.
No,
That-
I'm saying you
That's
said
me trying to.
the
That's me trying
tanks
to
aren't-
get. That's me trying to get your attention.
I know. If the tanks aren't working, what are you going to do? You got to bring in the aircraft carriers. Each aircraft carrier carries at least 90 aircraft.
Okay, so we're moving on to
Completely
aircraft
armed.
carriers.
And aircraft carriers, just bombing campaigns.
All right, let's.
Just one carrier has a fleet bigger than most countries' entire air force.
That's America.
Yes, and there's
But the problem is
there's 11 super carriers.
We're currently still in Australia, but
Yes,
but it's probably a good bet that during the second stage of the war, America started moving their aircraft carriers towards Australia to support the effort. So in the third
going at
stage,
like 30 knots. It'll get there in some time if it's going 30 knots straight from Hawaii, because Hawaii is still used even after Pearl Harbor.
Actually, how long is it going to take for an aircraft carrier to get from Hawaii to Australia?
You know, like I don't know. There's all kinds of stuff that are going down. Like if you say like if you say like, let's see, when would you say this would be going on? Because if it's happening during June and July, that is, I am searching this up right now. That is when RIMPAC is, which is the world's largest international maritime warfare exercise. So that's a lot of ships that would be fully armed and easily capable of going to Australia, and they would be like,
in that case,
already,
let's
halfway
say
there
that
with hundreds of
in
aircraft.
that case, let's say that we're not during the military exercise season.
Okay, so it's not during the summer.
So let's just say that it didn't happen during the summer. It happened during the Australian summer. In other words, winter.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, it's still summer for Australia because it's pretty hot. Because of course, Southern Hemisphere.
Because Australia upside down land. we're gonna. That is going to be our running joke this episode, and you're not going to stop me.
But so is South America and South Africa.
You're not going to run the running joke this episode. So shut up and stop trying. Moving forward.
Why can't I make it? Why can't I make the USS Gerald R. Ford our running joke?
No. Okay. Anyways, moving forward.
It's gonna be F-35.
Ah, yes, F-35.
We'll just use the F-35.
I mean, the F-35 is more than enough for the situation. We're just dropping a few bombs on them. F-35 is more than enough.
Yes, with its stubby wings with a 135.
Yeah, but still, it's more than enough. It's still gonna be able to outpace even the fastest at the slowest airspeed.
Yeah,
it can fly
it has
at.
a massive engine. But just think of one thing: the pounds per square feet on this thing is heavier than the B-17 Super. What was it called? Flying Fortress. B-17 Flying Fortress. Had a lighter wing loading.
Back to the war against demons.
They start by bringing in submarines with missiles, and they just start bombing. And
launching missiles. Ah, yes, American favorite.
And then the frigates, which were screening for submarines in case North Korea wanted to be an ass, arrived there.
Yeah, of course, North Korea is gonna be an ass.
North Korea would still attack when they'd be like, "You're too busy, so let me sink your ship."
Yeah, I always be on guard against North Korea. They're assholes.
We'll just use that as an excuse to nuke North Korea.
Oh yeah, that's very convenient.
It's like, they're probably secretly aliens. Let's go nuke them.
Okay. Anyways, moving forward. So now we have submarines launching missiles at the hordes of demons as they slowly overrun Australia. Refugee pouring out of Australia to other places.
Can I digress for 1 second?
Sure.
Okay, so you got the USS Yorktown was like, in service in the 1950s, it had an escalator in it, and like elevators and stuff. Why don't Nimitz class carriers have escalators? Because they're even bigger. It's okay.
I don't know. Don't question the military engineers. They know what they're doing, I think. Well, not after the F-35, I don't, but with the world's current most powerful supercarrier, I think, yeah, they know what they're doing. So let's just not question their decision for now.
You're like, we're gonna make you walk. That's where you get your exercise from, going up all those stairs. And the stairs are like at like 70-degree angles. They're basically like a combination of stairs.
Probably, they probably got rid of the escalator, trying to fit more things on the ship.
Yeah.
It's not like they already have enough. We need more.
Actually, I think they added the escalator to the Yorktown like in modern times when it got turned to a floating museum. It probably wasn't there when it was an actual military.
Yeah, of course they're not gonna have fucking escalators on a
the ship bombed and the escalator doesn't work, and it's like, oh no.
Of course you're not gonna have a fucking escalator on a ship that is in service. Screw escalators, no one likes them.
Oh god, all of a sudden my foot just hurts so bad. Oh, makes no sense. Just
the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know.
Wait, now I'm curious.
The side of my foot, it didn't.
Now I am actually curious. What is this?
Rubbed against the side of my
bed. Okay, okay, that's okay.
Now I feel like my nerves and the side of my foot just got crushed by a hammer.
Okay, anyways, moving past your broken foot.
Bed for a second while I was repositioning.
Moving past your now broken foot. General R. So as the submarines are bombing the launching missiles, well now we're well into the third stage of the war.
At this point, North Korea allies with the demons. Nah, I'm kidding.
I can see that happen though.
Now they're not.
Yeah. Let's just say that the North Koreans tries to take advantage of the situation and ends up getting nuked. One less problem out of the way. Considering how China have quite a nice navy going on, even though their aircraft carriers kind of just they're as
like
the current Chinese aircraft carrier is
bought from Russia.
Bought from Russia, refurbished and rebuilt. It's supposedly supposed to be a training vessel, according to China, and that their new carriers are supposed to be better. But
yeah, I think one of like a catapult, like with more modern tech because it's not old Russian stuff. At least I can say.
I think the current Chinese aircraft carrier lack the catapult sense. Their runway have to be ramped.
They had to Russia.
Yeah.
But only in the Soviet Union do we not use catapult. I can't do a Russian accent.
Only in the Soviet Union do we not use catapults.
I can't. Dang it! Let me try. No, dang it! No, that.
Okay, how does that? Anyways, how does that sound?
Nah, it just sounds like just that.
Only in the Soviet Union and do we not use. Do we not reuse catapults? Catapults are for babies. How does that sound? On the scale of 1 to 10, how communist was that?
If I didn't forget my passcode because I haven't used Discord in a long time and I just stay logged on my phone, I would send a really cool photo that I just found.
But oh well.
Yeah.
You bad.
This thing. You know what? I'm gonna commit a sin. I'm going to take a photo of the laptop screen with my phone.
Oh my god. No. Okay, so
yeah.
So even though the Chinese okay, moving back to the actual discussion, even though the Chinese aircraft carrier isn't actually that good, but it is still operational to a point where you could technically launch and land and refuel aircraft and resupply aircrafts on it.
Well, yeah, it works fully. It's just not the biggest.
It's just not exactly the best the world have to offer. But
British bigger aircraft carrier.
But the thing is, till the Americans General R. Ford class arrive, the Chinese aircraft carrier will probably do its job just fine.
The British have the HMS Queen Elizabeth. It has 2 superstructures on it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's such a. They still opted to use a ramp. They have a catapult launching aircraft off of a ramp, but then they also I don't know. This thing's weird.
Yeah, don't question that. Military engineers are sometimes they just whack things together into work, even though they probably shouldn't. You know, with the military, if you put the two things together and it can blow up enemies, it works. So there's that. So in the third stage of the war is when U.S. subs and subs from other countries are as well as battleships and cruisers.
Queen Elizabeth may be a big for
Do you think Queen Elizabeth is going to be able to make it to Australia? Do you honestly think that it's going to make it there?
While the Nimitz, which is not the biggest U.S. aircraft carrier, has 101,000.
Do you think that those things are going to be useful just at this moment? They're not even going to be. They're going to be just barely halfway there. Anyways, so at that moment,
they can launch aircraft that can go pretty far.
So during the third stage of the war, you may have a few long range bombers or two going back and forth between the U.S. and other world military carriers that's pretty far away. While
the F-18 has a range of the F-18 has a range of 500 miles.
Okay.
And if it's just going there and landing on like a base in Australia, then it can have a range of over 1,000. I don't know exactly the number for that, but I know it was more than 1,000 when I saw it.
Okay. Anyways, moving forward. When you present your facts, please present your facts about military equipment. Please also put in some information as to how that would help the current situation of demons in Australia.
It would help the current situation by bombing the demons in Australia.
And meanwhile, while they're still too far to launch their fighter bombers and stuff, the shorter range aircrafts, the Chinese aircraft carrier would do the job just fine. So that's pretty much stuff. So do you think that was sum up?
Wait. The Chinese aircraft carrier is already there?
I mean, China is pretty close comparing to Hawaii and everything else.
But America already has like carriers in like Japan and the Philippines. That's like a teeny tiny bit closer.
Ah, perfect. In that case, then we have a few other American aircraft carriers there as well. Smaller ones, not.
I don't know if it's stationed there. I'm gonna check that.
If it's stationed there, then things would be going a lot easier for us. But
the United States Asiatic Fleet was a fleet of the United States during. No. Oh, this is old. Yeah, no.
Oh yeah. Next thing is as resource starts getting expanded, countries would probably start shifting to wartime economy.
I have a source from February 2018 about America trying to project its force in the Philippines, and guess what is being shown?
Nimitz. In that case, we got a few Nimitz class here as well.
They're interviewing Marine. Actually, I don't know if that's Marine.
But anyways,
Marine.
but
They're
any,
on an.
but
Okay, yeah,
anyways,
so
as
at least here.
but anyways, as resources starts getting expanded, as the war starts moving into further stages, there's gonna be huge issues with resupply and everything. So I'd say it's probably safe to assume that countries around the world, especially the U.S. as well as some other major world powers, Great Britain and other stuff that are trying to deploy their troops to Australia, will be shifting to wartime economy to try to keep up with the cost of running all the stuff. Because you see, the thing with modern military equipment is that what kills your wallet is not buying the things. What kills your wallet is trying to maintain them.
Yeah, but buying
just like women. Please don't quote me on that.
Wait, what'd you just say?
Just like women. Please don't quote me on that. That's supposed to be a joke, and it is to be taken as a joke. That is to be taken as a joke.
I'm gonna have to rewind this live stream and go record that.
Feminists, please do not come after me. That was only a joke. Please, I beg you. Okay. Anyways, moving forward. Please do not come after me. That was only a joke. Please, I beg. Okay. If you do that again, I am server muting you.
Okay, I won't actually. I was joking. They're still just in Australia.
Next stage of the war is due to their numbers, is just simply bombing them isn't really easy to contain. They start making their way to Philippines.
Powers, and they take over the British, American, and Chinese, and possibly Russian aircraft carriers. Actually,
we don't know if they can swim very well, though.
So then now they have their own aircraft carriers, and they get out of Australia.
I highly doubt that they're going to be able to capture aircraft carriers, which have point defense guns, by the way. True. And are always escorted by a massive, giant-ass fleet.
Have you ever seen Battle 360?
No.
Have you heard of? Have you heard of a show called Battle 360? You can find every single episode on YouTube. It's like.
No. Is it relevant?
Well, you just mentioned like aircraft carrier fleets, so yes, it's about the USS Enterprise.
No, I've not seen that.
The first aircraft carrier to gain the night operation.
You see, the thing is, I highly doubt that the demons are going to be able to capture aircraft carriers, and even if they do, I highly doubt that they would know how to operate them.
Also, the CBM-6.
Since as we have previously established, the demon.
They turn into scrap metal. It's long gone. It doesn't exist anymore.
And since, as we've previously established,
it's the most decorated ship in all of U.S. history. Yet it's one of the few World War II carriers that they didn't turn to a floating museum. I'm like, who cares about the stupid Yorktown?
Getting back to the discussion, I find it highly unlikely for demons to be able to take over an aircraft carrier. And I highly doubt that they would be able to operate and keep it running, even if they do.
They can be like Somali pirates and then just take a frigate.
For the very good reason that aircraft carriers are escorted with a ridiculous fleet that no one is getting through, and as well as the point defense guns that tears through literally anything.
Fine, they'll take an LCS because those go really close to the ocean. I mean, really close to the shore. They're made completely.
Remember, the demons are the Doom style demons are supposed to be are supposed to be just charge at you and tear your throat out, kind of thing.
Yeah, we also did.
They're not intelligent whatsoever. They will not. They are not operating ships.
Okay, we also need to mention the role of literal combat ships because those things are so light. Like they're bigger than the destroyers, but they're so light that they can go in water as shallow as, let's say, like a speedboat, and
Wow.
they can go at like over 40 knots as opposed to the 30 something of destroyers.
Okay. Okay. So
So
that's
those things
interesting,
are like
but here.
fast. They're light, but they're massive.
Okay. Let's say that the demons learns how to swim, and start swimming. During the entering the fourth stage of the war, the demons learns how to swim and start swimming towards New Zealand and up into.
Oh yeah, by the way, search up USS Independence.
Stop sidetracking me, please. Stop sidetracking me, please.
It's relevant.
I know that we're friends,
Just
but
search USS Independence LCS.
please do not interrupt me. I beg you.
Okay, fine. I
Okay.
might as well up now.
Okay, and okay, this is very interesting. Okay.
Oh, you're looking at it?
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah. It's very
It doesn't
weird.
pack a lot of firepower though.
It's a tri-hull ship. Very weird shape.
Yeah, it doesn't pack a lot of firepower by the look of things.
It does actually. It has most of the stuff in trapdoors. It
So it doesn't look like a threat till it decides that it wants to kill you.
Yeah, it has a lot of weapons.
Dang. Okay, so moving into the next stage of the war, the fourth stage.
Oh yeah, this thing carries multiple attack helicopters, by the way.
We can see the helipad on the back.
I know, you can see that. All you can see is the main cannon and the Sea Whiz, but it has a lot. It has a lot of missiles. It has machine guns and like torpedoes, etc. Like,
anyways, can we move on to the next stage of the war now?
You can't tell what they have.
Can we please move on to the next stage of the war now?
Okay, fine. They are now in they're in Africa and the Philippines.
How did they get to Africa?
They sailed west.
They learned how to swim, but they learned how to swim.
You yourself said they learned how to swim. Also, they're demons.
They're not intelligent. They're not exactly, as we've established earlier.
How are they going to get out of Australia then?
They're not exactly intelligent, but let's say they learn how to swim well enough to make it up north into shit. I forgot the name of the area. Philippines.
They're holding the Strait of Malacca ransom. They're holding.
They won't be holding any state's ransom because all that they're looking for is death and destruction.
No, I don't mean literally. I mean like no ships can get through the Strait of Malacca now, which is a very important naval passage.
Oh, so time to deploy the tactical bomb, strategic bombers, if we have any.
The big ugly fat fellow B-52.
The Stratus. Stratus Fortress. Hey, do you think that how much bombs does a Stratus Fortress does a B-52 carry?
Fortress.
How much bombs does it carry?
1 second.
Carrying up to 70,000 pounds of weapons.
The max takeoff weight is 488,000 pounds.
The bomber is capable of carrying up to 70,000 pounds of weapons.
Yeah, and then 312,000 pounds is just fuel alone.
Anyways, with that much, how much bombs can you fit into 70,000 pounds?
Oh yeah, but before the B-52s get there, the B-1Bs get there because they're faster.
Yeah, there's also the B-1Bs. So starts bombing the shit out of the demons, which have managed to taken this much land purely by numbers alone. They are building bridges over the sea out of the corpses of their brethren.
Okay, so America's 3 heavy bombers. Is the B2 Spirit a heavy bomber?
B2 Spirit is a stealth bomber. I think it's pretty big.
Yes, but stealth bombers can be heavy bombers too.
I'm pretty sure it's a heavy bomber since it's supposed to carry nuclear.
It's pretty massive, so
it's supposed to carry nuclear bombs. So yeah, I'd say it's good. Yeah, it's supposed to be able to carry tactical warheads, which by extent are fucking nukes. So yeah, there's that.
So the B2 has a maximum altitude of 50,000 feet, which seems pretty impressive until you realize that from earlier decades, the SR-71 could go to over 70.
SR-71 doesn't really have a lot of weapons on it.
It has no weapons. It has a camera.
Yeah, that's the only thing it's got. It's a reconnaissance craft.
Well, the power of press is the most powerful weapon.
I am silently facepalming.
I'm sorry, I had to.
Okay, so anyways, we start bombing the hell out of the our heavy ordnance starts getting there and starts bombing the crap out of the demons, but they're not exactly phased due to their sheer numbers. Can we get to the nukes yet?
Okay,
I mean, they've taken over enough land with just sheer number to warrant nukes. Like, at that point, they've already completely taken over.
The rate population is growing. The government of any country will have a hard time justifying nuking them.
Okay, the demons, as far as we know, they are all hostile, and they have already completely taken over Australia and as well as New Zealand, because fuck New Zealand.
If they get to them, then maybe they'll nuke them.
And
also, you don't want to nuke one of the major sea lanes of international trade.
I mean, it's being taken over by demons, so no one's using it anyways.
Yeah, but it won't. But the only kind of ships that will be able to go through nuclear radiated waters would be warships, which are not carrying trade supplies.
In that case, then we're not gonna nuke that bit just yet. Let's start. Anyways, they're literally completely filling Australia. So can we like at least nuke some bits of Australia to get rid of some of the demons in there?
Yes, the Australia's already a death hole. Just evacuate everyone, just glass the whole continent.
Oh, I'm pretty sure everyone's already being evacuated at.
Maybe they'll
evac at that point in time. We've already moved to the point where they've taken over that major trade lane somehow.
If Russia and America decide to glass all of Australia, maybe that'll close the portal. They think.
But here's the thing: since Australia is kind of Australia, it's highly unlikely for them to use any kind of bombs that leave lots of radiation behind. So they're likely going to use one of the cleaner ones that are designed to leave as little radiation behind as possible.
That's what okay, fine. That's what the B-52s are for.
Yeah. So here comes the B-52s. Just puddling low over the.
Wait, before you say any more, we need to get Okay, no, I see something.
I'm gonna pull out right off the Valkyries.
Yeah, that's what I was planning to do. I was searching that up.
Add.
Let's see who can get to a video quicker.
I'm already on the video. I'm just waiting for the ad.
I'm on the video too, but I have an ad.
Oh, there we go. There we go. I got it running now.
I can't hear anything.
Oh, because I'm playing it on my side. It's on the live stream, but you won't be able to hear it because, you know.
Here we go.
Oh, I won't be able to always hear yours because of the whole Discord thing, so don't even bother.
Wait, you can't hear mine?
I can only hear partially, so don't.
Oh, that sucks. Let me try something.
Anyways, as this song plays in the background, we'll have the B-52s are flying over Australia and drops a few tactical nukes. One here, one there, and one there. Every demon gets a nuke, and one on top of round 0. Where
I have so many tabs open because of this.
you may want to close some of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna close all of them except for the Valkyrie. With an S.
And right up the Valkyries. And one directly on top of the portal, cause fuck that portal. There we go. There's a fourth stage of. There goes the fourth stage of the war. Assuming that they have nicely wiped out a large population of demons and scared them a little, because you know, no matter what it is, if it can die, it can fear. It can fear the impending nuclear annihilations that awaits them if they try to defy humanity. Shaken up a little, but somehow the portal didn't really get closed.
But they stopped coming because bye.
I mean, they're demons. We literally just give them a very nice natural environment of hell, right outside their portal.
Okay, but seriously, I'm going now.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess. Wait, you're going? Oh well. I suppose I'll see you. Maybe. I'll just continue and finish the show with right up to Valkyries in the background.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Oh, there we go. There goes Mustang and everyone else, and now I am alone. Okay, so now with the nukes dropped, the numbers dropped quite a bit, and reinforcement to the front lines would probably decrease since you know the back lines are slightly gone, and you're not gonna have to be able to make up the numbers on the front lines as they're getting taken out by bombs. But at the same time, even though we got, you know, the whole wartime economy thing, we're still going to be running low on ammo if we're dealing with millions upon millions that's constantly pouring out of the portal. Was a few nukes. No matter how big it, how big or how small they are, they're still going to do some serious issue to the global climate. So we're probably going to be holding back quite a bit with the nukes, as opposed to, you know, liberally glassing the entirety of Australia. And I highly doubt that we'll actually do that. But if we can get to a point where we either close the portal or make it so that no more demons come out of the portal, we'll be able to start the cleanup operations. But till then, we're still gonna have to deal with demons in the Philippines, and since Philippines is kind of like just a chain of island going between Australia and Asia, it's kind of a bottleneck of sorts. So I'd say it'd probably work as a very good place for to stop the demons' advances and maybe even push them back a little. But the topography in that area, the whole ocean stuff, is gonna be annoying though, considering the topography. But pretty much as soon as the nuke starts dropping, the war is probably going to start turning around. If let's say, and assuming that the portal goes both way, if a nuke makes it through the portal, maybe the portal makes it through the portal and blows up on the other side. Probably, maybe that'll close the portal or at least stop more demons from pouring in. And from that point forward, personally, I would think that. Personally, I would think that it would greatly uh, 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 greatly reduce the demons that's coming through, because your portal just slightly exploded with the most goddamn terrifying weapon we have. Uh, so so that's kind of what's going for us, but I'd say we might be able to hold them in the Philippines. So pretty much from that point forward, maybe we start being able to push them back. Maybe we can't, but Australia's slightly fucked with nukes. But either way, in the end, we'd probably win the war, even if we don't end up going. Even if we don't end up sending troops to hell, doing thunder runs and stuff. Also, thunder run is basically when you're sending a unit of probably tanks or whatever, goes in, destroy whatever they see, runs away. Just to show that we can destroy whatever the fuck we like. Assuming we don't start doing that through the portal, but beyond that, we'd probably win the war on the Earth side fairly quickly. Because aircraft carriers, in the amount of stuff that aircraft carrier carries, it's no joke. Especially the American carriers. Those things house enough firepower. Those things house more firepower than a small nation. So I'd say that, or maybe like in the start it's gonna go the other way, but later it's gonna start going our way. The world is probably gonna be in wartime economy throughout quite a bit of it, and that's pretty much my conclusion on how this is going to go in terms of the traditional human ass kicking that we do. So yeah, this concludes if, and I just remembered that complete. Actually, did I ever do the intro that I was normally supposed to do? I think I forgot to do my normal intro. Now I remember. Well, but anyways, this has been F. It is I, your host. My conclusion is that we'll probably push them back quite a bit, because we got the firepower to. After they've advanced a bit more than we like, and nuke starts dropping, but in the end, we'll likely emerge out of this victorious, since the only thing that can beat a human army is another human army or a bunch of birds, and we don't talk about the birds ever. The actually, what was that thing called? The Ibu War. And we don't talk about the birds because this happened. The only things that can beat a human army is another human army or a bunch of birds, but only a bunch of birds. Yeah, and this has been Phoenix, and thank you for watching. I will see you in the next I will see you next week with a completely different topic, hopefully more interesting and more people coming. Anyways, if you've liked, share with your friends. If you didn't like it, share some of our other live streams with your friends because you might like those. They're still up. You can check them through my channel, and yeah, I hope to see you in the next discussion as well as this one. Well, maybe not this one because it's pretty much over, but anyways, I hope to see you in the next discussion, and I hope you would enjoy the next discussion as much, if not more, than you've enjoyed this one. It has been I, your host, Phoenix, and I will see you next week. Good